I mean, Terence Crawford has had an amazing career against a lot of very good fighters and world-class fighters, and honestly has barely lost a round. When you look back at Bud Crawford's career, there is something.
There's nothing to do, but damn, what else do you gotta do? he's a 3-time undisputed champion.
Looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this.
Fighters feared Terence Crawford for several reasons, and even Roy Jones Jr. noted that Canelo looked nervous just standing across from him during their face. What makes Crawford so intimidating isn't just his elite skill set, but his ability to stay calm, read every move, and execute with flawless timing. He rarely gets hit clean, punishes every mistake, and leaves opponents feeling completely helpless, as if there's no possible way to win.
That stare down that we talked about when I told you either he's not ready for this or he trying to little boy Bud. He wasn't trying to little boy Bud. He really was afraid. Well, not afraid, but he was worried about Bud. And Bud knew that. And Bud being the older guy, Bud kind of looked him in his eye and made him turn away first. That was a victory for Bud. That was Bud's first victory. Anytime that happens, if something else don't come around or something else don't happen to undo that, you got a problem.
Paulie Malignaggi praised Terence Crawford for building one of the most remarkable records in boxing, becoming an undisputed champion 3 times, an achievement almost unheard of in modern boxing. He emphasized that Crawford earned his place by consistently taking on top competition rather than easy fights. What impressed Paulie most was not just the victories, but how Crawford dominated while taking minimal punishment, rarely getting hit clean. With a flawless record of 41 wins, 31 by knockout, and no losses, Paulie called Crawford's career historic. He said Crawford's recent win over Canelo felt like more than just another victory. It marked the beginning of a new era, positioning Crawford as the defining fighter of this generation, much like Floyd Mayweather was in his time.
Flawless. I mean, Terence Crawford has had an amazing career against a lot of very good fighters and world-class fighters, and honestly has barely lost a round. When you look back at Bud Crawford's career, there is something really special. It's one of those things now, because now I've now seen back-to-back generations of Floyd Mayweather and Bud Crawford, and man, you know, it's one of those things where now I understand why the people that lived in the Ray Leonard era say, you know, wish we could see Ray Leonard against Mayweather and how that would be. Because it just leaves such an empty feeling when you have such special fighters that were in different generations, and you saw both of them. I mean, I saw the entirety of the Mayweather generation. I saw the entirety of the Bud Crawford generation. It's just incredible. Really, really incredible. And I know Mayweather gets a lot of hate, but for me, he's a tremendous, tremendous fighter. And Terence Bud Crawford is in that realm as well. And it's a fight we'll never get to see. So what are we going to do? You know, it'll be up to the fantasy fights, you know, but let's get into it, man. I want to get into the undercard as well and some of my thoughts on the Netflix show. But let's get into the main event first. Crawford really boxed very, very well, very, very intelligently. The question mark was what happens when Crawford gets hit cleanly. I'm not sure he got hit cleanly at the whole fight. You know, he got hit with some partial shots. Some shots landed cleanly, but by the time Canelo started landing anything cleanly, I think he was hesitant because he was getting countered so much that he was taking some of the steam off the shots in order to hope to be more accurate. Because even late in the fight, there were a couple of shots that Canelo landed. But
Brian described watching Terence Crawford against Canelo as extraordinary, noting that he had rarely seen such a perfect balance of defense and offense in modern boxing. Most fighters tend to excel in one area while leaving weaknesses in the other. But Crawford displayed both with exceptional precision. He neutralized Canelo's attacks with a tight guard and slick movement, then seamlessly switched to offense to punish every opening. Brian said this complete package is what sets Crawford apart from other champions. He can shut down an opponent's weapons while building his own momentum. For him, it was incredible to see a fighter not just avoid damage but dominate an elite opponent with such composure and skill.
See, I think that for me, I watch defense as much as I watch offense. So yeah, like I thought like watching Bud catch those shots off his glove.
He looked amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. He'd go to a body and he'd catch that and come up with an uppercut. You know, just all those things that seem.
He looked great.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that to ever.
No one has. Yeah, he's the best.
Canelo.
Ever. Yeah, he's the best.
And I think he would do that to Canelo on his best day. And Canelo said it. He goes, I couldn't figure him out.
No.
Which is why he probably won't fight him again.
They'll fight again.
You think so?
The payday, yeah. But so you're gonna get
Canelo, because the money's in Canelo Crawford, the rematch. I don't want to see it, but I want Crawford to get paid, so might as well do it.
Andre Ward praised Terence Crawford as the most skillful fighter of his generation. Ward, a master technician himself, highlighted Crawford's mentality, saying that when Terence sets his mind on something, he will do whatever it takes to achieve it. He added that the only way to beat a fighter like Crawford is to truly hurt him, because clever tactics alone won't be enough. Crawford's adaptability, ability to switch stances, and calm decision-making under pressure put him in a rare class of fighters who can impose their will in any situation. Ward emphasized that Crawford's success is no accident, it's the result of determination, grit, and an unwavering commitment to overcoming every challenge.
Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on, it's Bud.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this.
Crawford's journey has been deeply personal, shaped by the influence of his family. He often recalls how his father predicted he would one day become an undisputed world champion, instilling belief in him from a young age. In contrast, his mother was skeptical and never fully convinced he would make it to the top. Rather than discouraging him, her doubt became his fuel. Every time Crawford stepped into the ring, he fought with the determination to prove her wrong. With each victory and every belt he earned, he not only fulfilled his father's vision, but also gained his mother's pride. Today, he looks back on that journey with satisfaction, proud that his success has brought both validation and respect from his family.
I used to tell my mom I was going to be a world champ.
I told him we would be.
How'd that make you feel? It filled me with rage. And every time I stepped foot in the ring or anything that I ever did, I just wanted to win so bad so I can prove a point to her.
I paid the kids, I said, if y'all gonna whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece. Canelo.
You went out on the street.
Yeah.
What's now Bud Crawford Street.
Yeah.
And offered $10 to anyone who can kick my son's butt.
Yep.
And a lot of takers.
Yeah, the kids in the neighborhood. Couldn't nobody whoop them.
What did he tell you then?
He told your mom, I told you I'm the best.
Reflecting on his career choices, Crawford explained that he never aimed to become undisputed at 154 pounds because he didn't see enough competitive fights in that division. For him, being undisputed isn't just about collecting belts, it's about doing it against the best available opponents. Instead of remaining at 154, he made the bold decision to pursue challenges at 168, where he sees bigger names and tougher competition that can further cement his legacy. Crawford's refusal to move down highlights his confidence and willingness to test himself at higher weight classes, ensuring his career is defined by ambition and risk-taking rather than comfort and easy wins.
Has being undisputed at 154 ever crossed your mind at this point that you had in your career?
Not at all, because I'm looking at the landscape of the 154-pound division. There's a lot of great fighters, but there's not a lot of defining fights at 154. There's not a lot of legacy fights at 154. You know, when I'm looking at the landscape of 154, I'll be, what's his name?
Majimo? No, 154?
No. The champion that just knocked out Tim Tszyu.
Oh, Bakram. Yeah.
Okay, so Bakram, they're going to say, who is Bakram?
Facts.
He knocked out Tim Tszyu that already had losses.
I would put you name Fedora, though.
Without Fedora already being knocked out.
Yeah, he did.
So, along my career, I've been criticized and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments just off of pure hate.
Crawford often takes moments to showcase the belts he has earned, not as empty bragging, but as a testament to years of dedication and hard work. Each title represents more than just a win. It carries the struggles, sacrifices, and battles he had to overcome to achieve it. For Crawford, standing with those belts is a reminder to fans and critics alike that nothing was given to him. He fought through tough opponents, doubters, and obstacles to claim every piece of gold. His collection of titles stands as proof of his effort, discipline, and unwavering self-belief, serving as inspiration for the next generation of fighters who dream of following his path.
Just reflecting on all my accomplishments at my mama house. That's where all my belts at.
You know, hard work, dedication, things that y'all favorite fighters, some of them, haven't got. So I see why y'all mad. See why y'all mad. You look at that one right there. That's where it all started at. Right here. This one. In Texas. In Texas, baby. Don't hate. Just congratulate.
Virgil Ortiz Jr., a rising star in his own right, gave Crawford major credit for his latest performance, calling it absolutely beautiful. Ortiz said Crawford proved everything he needed to in that fight and no longer has to chase opponents to validate his greatness. In Ortiz's view, Crawford has already cemented his legacy and will be remembered as one of the best, regardless of what comes next. Hearing such admiration from a young, ambitious fighter shows just how deeply Crawford's dominance has impacted the next generation, leaving them in awe of what he has already achieved.
Perfect fight, actually. He neutralized all of Canelo's strengths. He knew that he was going to look for the right hook, because I believe that they've been looking at Crawford being hurt by that right hook before. So he neutralized it. He used his jab really well. He boxed beautifully. And, man, I mean, he did everything right. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Crawford first, because obviously we can get to Canelo later, but in the post-fight, they asked him, a media member asked him if he'd come back down to 154 to fight Boots. Obviously, in the same token, I took it as, all right, Boots or Virgil, right? And he said he's not coming back down to 154. What are your thoughts on him not coming down, and what do you think he will more than likely do next?
I don't know what he's going to do. I did read something that said he'll go down to 160, you know? And I think that is definitely a possibility, and you know that fight can still happen at 160. And as far as what he's going to do now, I mean, I don't know. He kind of beat the final boss of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's kind of nothing. I don't want to say there's nothing to do, but damn, like, I mean, what else do you got to do? he's a 3-time undisputed champion. He made some good money. At this point, he's just a free player right now. I guess he can do whatever he wants.
Crawford's dominance has created a ripple effect across boxing, with fighters from multiple divisions now eager to call him out. Sebastian Fundora, known for his towering frame and aggressive style, has already voiced his desire to face him. This is what many call the Crawford effect when a fighter reaches such a high level of dominance that others line up to test themselves against him just to earn credibility. Instead of Crawford chasing big fights, challengers are now coming to him, a clear sign of the power and influence he currently holds in the boxing world.